Hello, guys.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, it's Alex.
I'm just gonna make this.
Hope you are good today. Let us know how you're doing in the comment box below.
Yes.
Let us know if you're having an awesome day.
Oh,
It's the 1st of September.
I
And
know.
if you're just waking
Can you believe
up,
it's the 1st of
I know.
September? That
and
is
if you're just waking
ridiculous.
up, pinching a punch, first day of the month.
Yeah, if you're in England, though, Pete, it's past 12.
It's past
so
12, so
yeah, we still
kicking a thump
we
for being too
still
late
we
this
still play
weekend.
that game. Anyway, guys, we have an awesome Q&A session lined up for you today. But if you are watching and you haven't asked a question, then feel free to listen in or feel free to post a question below, and we are happy to kind of answer them.
Mhm.
But we've got some great ones, haven't we, coming back?
Some corkers.
After Summer 11, this is kind of our first one back.
Exactly. Did
So-
you like Summer 11, by the way? Let us know how it went.
Yes. Please
What
say
you
hello
enjoyed.
as well if you are watching. Please just drop it in the questions box below.
Yeah, we've got a few more people coming in, which is awesome.
Yes. Should we just twiddle our thumbs to wait for everyone to kind of catch up?
No,
Should we
let's
just get started?
Let's get started.
If you're watching on the replay, then hello from the past. And if you have any questions on what we are about to talk about, then post them in the Facebook group.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've got a slightly
Okay.
different setup today as well. We are still in our office, but we've done a little bit of a
Different background.
reordering of the desks. So yeah,
If you're watching on Snapchat, you'll have kind of seen it.
I don't know if you can read our plans for world domination on there quite, Pete. On the
I
board
don't know
there.
if you can quite read.
No, I don't think you can.
Should be
That's
alright.
good. All right.
Okay, so what's the first
Should we get
question,
going?
Andrew?
Okay. We have a long one, but I'm going to read it out because it's a great question from Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Andrew and Pete. I'm looking for ideas to get people to subscribe to my new weekly newsletter. This is something I've tried in the past and failed miserably at. At Craft Markets, I thought I would run a competition, sign up to the newsletter, and be entered into a prize draw for a free necklace, that kind of thing. I'm a little bit unclear about who I can add to my email list. I'm assuming that I can add customers who have purchased through my website, but what about customers purchasing through my Folksy shop? Any help with this would be greatly appreciated, as I know it will benefit my business. Cheers, Sam. Okay, that is a great question, isn't it? That's a great question.
So,
And I'm
to
glad
start-
that you're thinking about email newsletters, because we are still like ridiculously big fans of email newsletters, aren't we? They just work so well for like most businesses. And yes, it's a little bit crowded in email inboxes and people might not know what to send, but if you do it right, it can be really, really effective. Can it? So yeah. I'm glad.
Exactly. So, what are the rules?
Yeah, maybe that would be a good place
That's
to
a good
start.
place to start
What
with
are
that.
the rules? So, to be honest, the rules are a little bit, what's the word?
Hazy.
Hazy? Murky?
Okay.
Murky? If you are watching and you are B2B, then the rules are a lot more lax than you are if you're
A lot more
B2C.
relaxed.
I know you're B2C, Sam, as well. So basically, the rule is that you must have obtained permission from them in some way, whether that's them telling you verbally, whether that is them ticking a box on something. So you must have attained permission to email them.
Yes.
Saying that, this is kind of a benefit of being a small business, in that what that actually looks like, what that permission looks like, that's the hazy part. And because you're just starting this, it's not like you're going to go to prison or anything for emailing people. Say if a big company was to just send everybody that the details they've collected an email, then they might get into trouble if enough people kind of complain about it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't worry all too much. People
are just unsubscribe if they're annoyed.
No, we've worked with a lot of people on the email marketing, and we've never ever had an issue where a person has got into any kind of trouble or anything for emailing people.
The rule of thumb is your email newsletters need to be so good that people would actually be pissed off if they weren't added to the list. So
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah, that's a great
That's the kind of rule of thumb.
I
It
feel
should
like
be so good. People are annoyed if you don't put them on the list.
Yeah. So customers then, we'll kind of tackle this bit by bit.
Yes.
Customers that have bought from you, they should be okay, to be fair. They should probably know that if they've bought from you, if they've like specifically said no and they've ticked a box, to say no, you probably shouldn't do it. But if you don't have a box, depending on how it's set up, then that I wouldn't worry too much about.
Just to give a little bit of context as well to everyone. Pam sells kind of jewelry that she handmade, and it's absolutely amazing. You should go check it out. So yeah, just so you know where we're coming from.
Yeah. So if they bought through your website, or if they bought from you in any other way and you've got their email address, I would add them to the list. They are customers, they know who you are, they are warm leads, so get them added. Folksy, people that bought through the Folksy shop, I would check their terms and conditions just to double check to see if you're allowed to do that or not. Again, because you are a small business, I wouldn't be too worried about it.
What you could say is on your Folksy shop, if you have your own terms and conditions there, or if you have a description or anything like that, you could have in a little small print that says somewhere like, if you buy from this store, we may use your details to send you more offers, but we respect your privacy and will never spam you. What you could also do is collect all the email. If you get those email addresses anyway, but you just feel like you can't use them, what you could do is get them anyway, harvest them, make a spreadsheet with them, and do a newsletter or a little announcement out to all those people and just say, hey everyone, you're on this list because you might have bought something from me at one point, and I really appreciate that. What I'm going to start doing is a weekly newsletter, which will be all about this. It will include this, and it's going to be fun. Mention some value in there that you're going to add to their lives as being part of your list. Remember, it has to be so awesome that they'll be annoyed not to be on it.
Yeah.
And then say, if you want to unsubscribe, you can. No hard feelings.
Yeah. It's always
however,
best.
I would like you to stay.
Yeah. I think that tactic that Pete said is kind of spot on. It's probably best to do it that way than try to get everyone to opt in again to something else.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah.
Don't ask them to opt in or click on something or resubscribe.
Yeah.
Just say, this is what I'm doing. If you're bothered by that, unsubscribe.
Yeah. I think is it Subi Zimmerman has this said to us, I would rather ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Which is, yeah.
But
we've done Real Breaker-esque. As long as you're not spamming them like completely and got no idea who you are. Yeah, don't worry. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. No, I was just going to add to that. We've done this for clients before, not just B2C, but B2B as well. So if you have a massive pile of business cards in your office or in your room because you go networking and you just kind of built up this list, you can actually add them to your list using that method. Okay, so don't be afraid of doing that. Hi, I'd like to add you to this list. This is what it's going to be. It's going to be awesome. Unsubscribe if you really care that much.
Obviously, this isn't what you should be doing all the time. Like, we're not kind of advocating building a big collection of business cards and then once you're adding them all to a list, like this is just a starting point. Now then from now on, then you have to be asking people, can I add you to my list? This is what I'm doing, and unsubscribe. And ask every opportunity you get. So networking events, for any B2B people listening in that do a lot of those, ask people when you take the business card if you can add them. Is the best way. Trade shows that you go to, and if that. Actually, the rule, I think, when you go to trade shows, if you put your card in one of those glass balls, is that you can just add people. That's kind of the opt-in. But that's why the rules are so hazy. But I don't think anyone's going to sue you over that.
No, don't worry too much about that.
Yeah.
So there you go. Get all those together, compile a big list, and tell them to unsubscribe if they want to. Okay, that's kind of like first step. Second step is getting those processes in place so that you don't need to do that again, so that you're always asking. Get into the habit of asking, make sure it's in your terms and conditions. If they buy something, they will also be added to the list. And then, okay, so then after that, Let's talk a little bit more about how to get some more email subscribers.
Yeah, because I think Pete was right when he said before, it's more a case of what you're going to send them afterwards. So that's the more important part than how do you actually get people onto the list, because often what you're going to be sending people is what's going to get them onto the list.
Yeah. So yeah, to explain that, you need to give people a reason to sign up, and you need to tell people what to expect when they sign up.
Yeah.
If they don't know what they're going to get by signing up, they won't sign up. And if there's no benefit to them signing up, then they won't. Simple as that.
I think there's 3 things that you need. Maybe we can add a 4th. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
3 things. I'm pretty sure there's a few things. We'll go for that. That you need when you are either asking people face to face, but more importantly, if it's on a website somewhere, you should say what they're signing up to. So what they're actually going to get when they sign up. Often you can incentivize that with something like an immediate benefit, not just to have to wait. We've got some examples actually that we're going to screen share and show you. Second is how often. So frequency, is it weekly? Is it monthly? Is it every now and then? It's probably not that great, but weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, whatever. And then the third thing is letting them know that there's always the opportunity to opt out and subscribe. You'll never share their details, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so exactly.
So that is great. But then what are they going to send them? Have we got some kind of ideas for Sam?
Yeah, we've got a few ideas for you.
Sam is, I'm going to let you take that one. I'll jump in.
Right. So Sam is a kind of a jewelry designer, and she makes her own jewelry. So we thought, what kind of things could Sam send out in your newsletter? Because if she is just sending out sales emails all the time, then that's not great. Of course, she needs to do that every so often. So Sam, definitely be sending some sales emails out.
Especially seasonal sales. So
definitely.
Mother's Day is coming up. Have you got your mother a present?
Yeah, Mother's Day, Halloween jewelries. Halloween's coming up. Don't know if that's the thing. Christmas presents is a big one. Start planning your Christmas presents early. Buy now.
Sorry, I threw you off.
All those kind of things. And what you could even do as well is not too salesy, but pretty much salesy, is giving descriptions and inspirations behind your jewelry. So you start to talk about it, kind of letting people in on what your thought processes are behind it. Maybe even a few behind the scenes of how you make the jewelry, because I would like to know. I'm not interested in jewelry particularly, but that would be interesting to read. What else would there be? I'm
thinking like
other kind of hobby stuff. What
trends, fashion. I would look at what the competition's sending out. Subscribe to those. I wouldn't necessarily copy them, because that's not going to make you particularly stand out or remarkable. But it's a kind of a good. I mean, it's good to know what people are sending via email in the industry.
Yes.
Yeah. Shall we jump in and screen share and show some examples?
We had a few examples, so we want to show you some.
No one said hello yet, and we know we've got viewers because we can see. So say hello if you are watching and ask a question. I hope our box is working.
I think it's working.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so we're going to go screen share now. Don't miss our faces too much.
Right. So we literally, Sam, we just jumped onto Google and we just searched for a few different websites just to see kind of what they were doing. So this one, it's not very obvious where the opt-in is, but if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it is in the footer. So you probably don't want to hide it away under here. You probably want to get it higher up on the website. But what they did say was what they have got on here is actually good, like the wording. So the first thing to note here is they've called it Hobby Craft Club. So they haven't called it a newsletter. It sounds like you're signing up to something maybe a bit more fun. It's branded up. We've talked about that a lot on Atomic before, branding up these newsletters, because nobody wants to subscribe to a newsletter, really.
No.
It doesn't sound...
Newsletter is synonymous with boring and salesy.
We just got like 4 hellos in a row. So hey, Sam, Christine, Victoria, and Bob.
Hey. Nice to see you.
Sorry if I guilt tripped you into saying hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have any questions, all right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, number one with your newsletters, don't ever call them newsletters. Never. We call ours Atomic Light. So it's like a taster of Atomic, as it were.
I really like Club. I think
I like Club,
sounds
that's great.
like cool. Andrew Peak Club.
Mm,
Rebrand on the way.
I like that.
But the wording here is also really, really important. So join our free club today and receive 15% off your first online order. You'll get exclusive offers, invites to craft events, and entries to competitions. So that is definitely talking to their audience. That is given an immediate benefit of signing up. So 15% off your first online order.
Yeah.
And it's also pre-qualifying people. So they're not going to get crap on there. If you look at what you're actually going to get for signing up, you're getting 15% off your first online order. So people that are going to buy online will be signing up, exclusive offers, invites to craft events, and entries into competitions. So
this
it's
might
clear
even
it's
help sales, because you're giving them 15% off straight
yeah,
away.
exactly.
That's really cool.
That's why I think it should be higher up.
It's like an
The
extra
website.
incentive.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want people signing up
Yeah.
because they get 15% off.
Bad things about this is that you just have to put your email address in unless it asks in another window after you put it in.
So you don't have the name.
Yeah, you always should really get the first name at least, so you can personalize your emails. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Pete. That kind of thing. They also don't have anything that says your email address won't be shared or anything like that.
Yeah.
So maybe that would improve that one. So we went from this side to kind of River Island. Now, River Island did it a completely different way. So they had a pop-up straight away.
It's also up there.
Oh, yeah, it's also up there as well on the right. I'm not going to click away from this pop-up. So again, they've just asked for the email address, actually, which is interesting, but they're not asking for the first name.
More people are more likely to sign up and subscribe if you don't ask for the first name. But they're also more likely to unsubscribe, in our opinion.
Yeah.
So, it swings and roundabouts.
If people start replying to your emails, it's always kind of nice to know if they don't put the name, like who you're talking to. Just a nicer, more personalized way of marketing. So I'd always definitely recommend getting at least first name. Only first name, maybe. You don't really need the last name.
No, you don't need the last name. Just put name and then email.
What is great about this is they also segment, which is really, really cool. So I think River Island doesn't have a choice but to segment, because they cater for women and men and kids, and the products are so much. This is for women, this is for men.
Yeah.
So they're going to have different email campaigns for different kinds of people. So Sam, I would think about if that is something that is going to be important to you. Do you need to be segmenting? And it doesn't have to be women, men, kids. It could be, I know you've got two different strands of your business. So it could be, I'm interested in X, I'm interested in B. How else could they segment?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea, because if most people, majority is women buying for themselves, then that would be a great kind of category there. But what could also be good is like men. And what you could do is, if you design some new jewelry that is kind of for a female, you can do emails out to all those guys saying, here's a cool gift idea for the missus, or for this Valentine's Day, why don't you get her this? So you can start to be more specific with your emails, which is always a nice touch.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll just click off this. So yeah, sign up for our weekly email updates. But I think at the bottom, there was also sign up for the latest fashion news. So again, they are getting people that are interested in fashion news, who are probably more likely to buy off River Island.
What's interesting about that as well is they've used different wording.
So if one doesn't hit, the next one does.
Yeah, so that might be a thing for you to do, Sam, and everyone else.
Yeah.
Do we want to show them ours?
Oh, so that actually, see, that looks scary to me in terms of what you have to kind of fill out. I don't know if I was just put my email address in the other one, it would take me to this page, but you kind of want to avoid stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because that is, ouch.
That's insane.
I'll quickly show you. Oh, actually, no, I can't because I'm only showing that one down. Anyway, yeah. Go look at ours, andrewandpete.com, if you're interested.
Yeah.
We tried to hit all of those points. If you want to see a perfect example, blowing our own trumpets. actually, no, I think that's the point. We're constantly updating ours,
Yeah.
and we're never really happy with it and how it's working. So it's kind of testing what's working, changing the wording around.
Yeah.
Really important.
We've got it going quite well now, so we do get people signing up to it like most days. Yeah. If not every day, and it depends when we get a traffic hit. But yeah, it's actually really cool, and we never used to. So
yeah, I can't show you it on the home page because I'm signed in to the website, but we have it in multiple places. So we have it in the sidebar of our website. We have it at the bottom. I think if you go away, we've got exit intent pop up. Well, it's not going to show because I'm signed in, but we've got an exit intent pop up. So if somebody is leaving your website, you can let them leave, or you can flash up a pop up. People don't like pop ups, but if they're leaving anyway, then what's the big deal? Yeah.
We actually have quite a few ways to
get email addresses.
Yeah, collect email addresses. So we even have a page just for freebies. So we've got all of our freebies on here, so people can sign up to each of these.
Yeah,
which is awesome. And what we also have is go back on each of our videos. There is a lead magnet as well, which you can just click to download, but it also collects the email address.
Yep.
So we're trying to constantly gather email addresses in as many ways as possible, and by offering them different things that might spark their interest.
Yeah.
And if you look at the list power fast track on Atomic, there's a series of I think there's like 20 articles. It's all really, really in-depth stuff of how to build your email list and what to do with it. And it's very much step by step. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. So if you want to start building your emails, definitely go check that out. And if you have any questions, just let us know.
Victoria has just raised a great point. She writes, is it right that Google is going to start penalizing websites with pop-ups? So that was announced recently that websites with those really irritating pop-ups that you can't get rid of are going to be penalized, specifically the mobile versions, because that's the big issue that Google is highlighting, that on mobile, often these pop-up software that you add to your website, you really just can't, you can never click the button.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So yes, that hasn't, as far as I'm aware, that hasn't come into effect yet.
Yeah.
But it's a great point that you should always make sure that the pop-up isn't intrusive, because they're going to your website, so you obviously don't want it intrusive.
Yeah, you don't want to know them.
Yeah. But yeah, so get a good bit of software, test out loads, read some reviews, find out what's kind of best. Ours is called Polite Pop-Up, I think it's called.
Yeah.
By Pop-Up Ally. Pop-Up Ally.
Pop-Up
Ally.
Pop-Up Ally.
I think, Pop-Up,
A-double-L-Y.
A-double-L-E-Y, I think. No. Yeah, no, it is right. Sorry.
A-double-L-Y.
Oh my God, I've lost all our viewers now. Pop-Up Ally, A-double-L-Y. Yeah. By Natalie Lucier. I think the tagline is the polite pop-up.
Yeah, the polite pop-up is the tagline.
So ours works quite nicely. It's not perfect, and we only have the free version at the moment.
Why have you spelled that wrong?
I don't know. It is right. There we go.
Pop-up Ally.
Yeah. Yeah.
She has a series of products called something LI. So
Yeah.
you can go and download that if you've got WordPress, and she does pop-ups and exit intent pop-ups as well.
That's
You might
what we
recognize it from Rule Breakers.
That's what we really liked about it, was that there was the exit intent. We didn't really want the whole popping up as people landed on the website. We'd rather them just have them consume the content, but the exit intent is great for that.
Was that free?
Okay, guys, we are back. We are sorry for that.
I think we had
Don't know
a
what
little
happened.
internet cut out there.
Do you know Google Hangout is shutting down in a few weeks? So maybe they've just given up.
We're going to be using YouTube Live instead.
Okay, we can see some of you are still there. So big apologies there. Okay, we're back. And I think we cut out Pete right before we went into Canva.
Yeah.
So maybe just start that again from the beginning.
Yeah, we'll do that. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so as I was saying.
As you were saying.
As I was saying. If you go to canva.com, you can create awesome graphics for free, and it's really easy, really quick.
Did we show,
you
want to show that one first?
Yeah,
no.
sure. Yeah, sure. So we got cut off at this point. So Godrodin is asking how to do color overlays like this.
Should I just repeat the question just in case they didn't hear? I'm not sure if you heard the question. Yeah, so the question was, you've mentioned in the past using your brand colors in your social media images. How do you add a branded color overlay to images created on Canva?
Yeah, awesome. So what this basically is a photo background with a color overlay. So I'm going to show you how to do that.
I'm going to give you some top design tips so you make actual images that look awesome, that look like they're professionally designed. Because there's not a lot of elements to this, but it looks good.
Yeah, exactly. And the good thing about this is that it's a really hot design trend right now. And the good thing is it's so easy to make, even if you're not a designer. So you can get away with making graphics yourself. which is awesome. So go to canva.com.
Yes.
Now, if you click on more here, you get a lot of different design templates for you to use. Like we've got social media posts, documents like letters and presentations in A4. We've got blogging, we've got marketing materials, social media headers, even things like Facebook ad templates, which is brilliant. The good thing about Canva is that it always updates its sizes. So for example, Twitter post, if you want to make a graphic that's going to display perfectly on the mobile Twitter app and also on the desktop, you want to create it at this size here, just below. Same with Facebook, it gives you all the dimensions, which is great. If you're running out of time and you just kind of want to make one graphic for everything, and you're kind of in a rush and you just want to do bare minimum but want to get out there as much as possible, choose this one. It's the social media one, and it's just 800 pixels by 800 pixels. And that's fine for Instagram. It'll display really nicely on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, well, it kind of works on everything at the moment, doesn't it? So yeah, do that.
Twitter mobile, it might cut this off a little bit. So you want to make sure your content is in the middle at least.
Yeah.
But other than that, this one's probably the best one to choose for.
Barb has just wrote in saying spelling ? I don't know if we spelled something wrong on that last graphic.
Maybe.
Yeah, let us know, Barb.
Canva is spelled C-A-N-V-A.
Oh, maybe that was.
Just
Yeah.
Okay, right. So you're going to get this blank template and you get loads of layouts. Now, everything on here is free that we're going to show you.
Mm-hmm.
However, some of the graphics on here do cost. Mm-hmm. Now, you'll see a little free template here, or a little dollar or a money sign here. So just watch out for that. Even if it's $1, that's like 70p or something in English pounds. So you can create graphics for very cheap, if not free. What we're going to do first is find a background. Okay, so you can use simple color backgrounds. You can have patterns, you can things like this, or it'll give you a list of kind of different templates here. If you click on background, it'll probably show you all the ones that are $1 because it doesn't want you to see things that are free. So if you actually type in something like city center, for example, and you can see here that some of them say free, some of them say $1. So we're going to click on this one.
Everything looks so much better on the background.
Yeah. So everything looks so much better on a background. So that's why we're going to give this a background.
Yeah.
So we're just
it's just like so intuitive, and like we use Photoshop and Illustrator, but even we just sometimes jump onto Canva if we want to do something really quick and easy.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so now we've got this background. Now, if I was to start typing on this, you probably wouldn't be able to see it, so it's not going to look very good. Okay, so what we need to do is add a color overlay onto that. Now, in Photoshop and Illustrator, there's different ways of doing that. To do it on Canva, you need to just literally put a box over it in a color and then reduce the transparency of that box.
Victoria's just told us if you go to Elements, there's a new button for free photos.
Oh yeah, sure is. Free photos.
Nice. I've been like waiting for that for ages.
I feel like, yeah, I wanted a filter, so that's great. Thanks for that, Victoria.
Yeah. That's the second time you've been awesome today, Victoria, telling us stuff.
See, if you want to upload your own photos as well, you can go to websites like Unsplash, which are completely free, or Gratisography. There's resources on Atomic telling you where to find free photos if you want to find some other free photos.
Yep.
Okay, so
color overlay.
Elements, yeah. Shapes. So we're going to go get shape. Going to click on this here. There's loads of different shapes here, including outlines.
You might even want to put your text in a color overlay shape.
Yeah.
If you kind of are feeling a bit more adventurous, but if you just want to create something simple, you're not a great designer, then this is just follow what we're going to show you now, and you'll make something that looks decent.
Yeah, exactly. So just clicking it and just dragging this. if you want to kind of rotate stuff, click on this button here and rotate.
You can rotate that square into a square.
Yeah.
Like Victoria, I know you've got kind of triangles and shards, so maybe yours could just be half in color. Would look
that
really
would
nice.
look really nice.
Using that one.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do that in a sec, actually. So then we go up here, we're going to pick a color. You might not be able to see that, but that's a color. So it'll change to the color that it actually is.
Yeah.
Now
it's important here that we're using our own brand colors, because if we want to be consistent on social media, we want people to kind of recognize our images as our own, then it's really, really important that we stick to a color palette.
Yeah, we do see so many of you, not you particularly, but so many small businesses throwing out social media posts on every single one is a different color. None of them relate to the colors on the website or the flyers that they have.
Yeah.
So just try and keep it consistent. One main color, one secondary color, and maybe some highlights.
It's Andrew Pete. If you see, that's kind of what we're thinking. We want people to kind of recognize some, so we always stick to the same fonts. We always keep it either in caps or lowercase, and really, really importantly, colors.
Exactly. So keep everything consistent, guys. So what we're going to do here is click on the little plus button, and you can kind of color pick, which is really cool. But what you can also do is add in your hex color code.
So I'll just explain that for a bit while Pete adds it in. So every single shade of color, just click back on that.
Yeah, sure.
Every single shade of color has a unique 6-digit string of numbers that will tell you what it is, and they usually, or the hex codes always start with some kind of hashtag and then 6 digits.
Yeah.
So we know just off by heart that our orange is FF9900. We know our blue is 0B98D3. So if we're ever doing anything where we have to design, we'll always use these 2 shades of color if we want an orange or if we want a blue. You should easily be able to find out your color code if you've ever used a designer, or there'll be ways to do it. If you're struggling, please let us know if you don't know what your color code is.
Ask your designer, or you need to go and color pick it or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever you use to make your logo or your brand identity. So I'm going to choose this blue. Oops. Moving over. And then the important thing now is just the transparency. And there's a little button over here called transparency, would you believe? And now if we slide this up and down, you can see. Nice effect. So you don't want it too dark or not enough transparent, whichever way you want to look at it. Around 60 to 70 is usually good. Sometimes it needs to be a bit more. It depends on the photo background, right? If the photo is quite dark, then it probably doesn't need a lot of transparency. But if it has a lot of highlight colors like this, if you imagine trying to write over that with white text, it's not going to show very well. So this one will actually need to be a little bit higher, maybe, on the higher end of 66. I'm just going to go 71 for now. Okay, then comes text.
It's another great.
Now comes the logo. People forget. So I'm going to add logo. You can click here to upload your own.
Now the key here is getting a logo that works on a colored background. So if you can get a white version of your logo, if it is something simple like the Atomic logo, then get it. It's not going to work. It's not going to be printed. But for colored backgrounds, white rather than darker colors, 9 times out of 10 always looks better. Unless your brand color is yellow or cream or something really light, it's not going to work. But if you've got a nice bright brand color, then keep it white.
Yeah, exactly.
Victoria said she has to redo all of her images now. Sorry, Victoria.
I'm just going to show you the difference as well. Right. If you add text, like this. I'll make a copy here. It's a cool way to quickly make duplicates of text, by the way. Make this white. The white stands out so much more. It's much easier to read, okay? Now, if you're ever doing a color overlay, please, for the love of God, do white text. Otherwise, I'll be banging my head against the wall, okay? The black text on this does not look great at all, and it's harder to read. Even, don't even get carried away with gray, okay? Gray is a no-go. Oh, maybe gray will stand out a bit more. No. Okay, so if you want to undo as well, you can press Control and Z. But there's also an undo and redo feature up here, by the way, hidden away up there. And all changes are saved automatically.
Okay.
So yeah,
white logo.
white
that
text.
looks good on
Exactly.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of them now.
Yeah.
To delete, there's a little bin icon up here. I think you might actually be able to press the backspace. Yeah, you can. Okay, so the cool thing about Canva as well, it gives you a lot of template layouts, which is pretty awesome. For text, which is really cool.
Illustrator and Photoshop don't even do.
No, this would be nice. And so you can see as well some are free or some are not. I'm just going to add in this one.
It's Control and Z for undo,
yes.
Bob. Yeah, Control and Z. Or if you're on a Mac, Command and Z.
Yes. So what I've just done here, I've clicked on text and I've chosen one of these templates. This has come up on the screen on the center, which is great. And now I'm just going to resize that. Just going to drag it out to make it bigger. It's important when designing anything just to align stuff. Like, I cannot stress the importance of this. This looks wrong. And this looks right. Everything needs to be aligned. So the gap between here and here, this gap and this gap needs to be the same, etc., etc.
Now, I don't know if you can see on your screen at the moment, but if you start dragging things around Canva, it gives you little grid marks which will align things. So it'll let you know what's been aligned to what.
Yeah, can you see there's a little line that appears, a little dotted line?
Yeah,
that lets you know if it's aligned to something.
I don't know if you can quite see it looking at this, to be honest, Pete.
Okay.
It is there. I promise.
It's there, we promise. Okay, so then you want to start adding your text, and you can simply just double click and change the text. See?
You made an error there.
No, I made the error on purpose.
Yeah.
If I undo that, okay. Oh, it's not undoing text. So note to self, it doesn't undo text. I'm going to delete that and add it again for now.
He's regretting making that mistake.
Oh, no. The mistake I made, did anyone spot the mistake? Please let me know. I think it'd be funny if someone did actually spot the mistake. Okay, notice that this is in caps lock. Yeah? So if I was to write travel and leisure, not in caps lock, it doesn't look as good at all. So it's important just to be wary of the design. Make sure you're doing capitals when they do capitals and not capitals when they're not.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go here, Thursday, 4:30 p.m. You there, because that's how you spell Thursday. And again, here, dining in Tokyo. I just double click that, and I'll put webinar, whatever it is, webinar on Canva, etc. You can put into more details.
It could be a quote from one of your blogs.
It could be a quote from one of your blogs. It could be anything you want, anything you want. And then what we're going to do is going to scroll up here, and we're going to add a little bit of body text, which is funny because that's what it says. I'm just going to drag this down. Again, I'm using the grid that it comes with to kind of snap it in place to the middle. And then here you would put in some maybe webinar details or whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I notice that this is in caps because I've got it in caps lock, but it should actually be in normal case. And then what you might want to do is put your website in the bottom.
Yeah.
So for example, this could be like quite a big paragraph of details, but you want maybe your website just in the corner. www. Example. Oh. Who has that domain? That would be awesome. What I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to make this. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller because it doesn't need to be the main center focus. You could even make it italic. And what can you make it transparency as well? You could even just make it a little bit nicer by reducing the opacity on that as well. Just, I don't know, add a little touch. It's more subtle. You want to just add that in the corner. And remember what I said about aligning things? Align the M to the right-hand side. That distance there needs to be pretty much the same as the bottom of the N to the bottom of the image, right? Because this doesn't look as good, okay? Or this doesn't look as good. So make sure the gap is equal. Yeah. In fact, what you might even want to do is align it to that and bring it down, but actually that doesn't work. So guys, keep things nice and aligned for us, please.
Yeah.
And there you go. Simple as that.
You might want to put the website in the middle. Perfect. Everything else is center aligned. So
yeah, well, you could even put it in the middle, to be fair. So yeah. There you go. Everything is aligned. Everything on here is for free. And all you want to do is click download.
Why don't we just quickly do the triangle version as well?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just delete that. And then I'll add in this triangle. There's even a nice right angle triangle for you here.
Like kind of knew we were coming.
I know. This also gives us a nice excuse to show how to arrange as well. So remember, color up here. Victoria, it's like a pinky color, isn't it? It's like a purpley.
Lots of colors.
Well, actually, there's a lot of colors, isn't it? I'll go for this one. Victoria, you can make sure you get the right color codes. Can do this. Maybe go for 64. And then what we want to do is arrange that. So we want to send it back. Now you'll notice some dots appear here. And they indicate how many layers you've got and where this is on those layers. So if you send it all the way to back, then you're not going to be able to see. Now, you'll need a slightly different layout for this now, because, you know, that doesn't work. Like I said before, white text on photos like this doesn't work.
You can do it like maybe that is a nice black center there. This isn't going any. Took it away in the corner.
Yeah, you could put it away in the corner.
Then maybe if we delete this kind of stuff and find a different text.
Yeah.
I'll hand it back to you.
Yeah. Okay, so
that's cool. It's soda pop.
Yeah, let's go for the soda pop one. This could work. This could be nice. Whoops. Undo. Just gotta make sure you grab it at the right point. So, Victoria, I know you're doing a soda pop webinar soon. So here's the details. Here's the flyer for you. So yeah.
Okay. So what are the rules like here around aligning them, Pete? What are you doing here?
Okay. So I'm just gonna stick with this, but have a little play. What might actually be better is if this is left aligned.
Yeah.
Because you can't really align to this angle, but you can align to the left-hand side of the image. Click on here, left align.
Now are we going to try to get this in the middle of this left-hand side of the triangle?
Yeah, so you want to make the gap here as big as this gap here, and that'll kind of make it look right. I'm struggling to click on this webinar details because I'm clicking on this, and the reason is because this bounding box is over this layer. So what I'm going to do is just arrange that and send it back.
Oh, that looks good as well.
Yeah. So now I can actually click on this, which is good. Then this will then also need to be left aligned. It's good to kind of have everything aligned the same way, usually. The website could still go in this corner, but it could also go in the bottom left as well. So, adding the details. You'll just want to kind of bring that in. What's nice with text and kind of longer sentences like this is just making like the odd word like bold.
Yeah.
Not too much, just like 1 or 2 words. And it just stands out. Makes it look a bit nicer. Notice it's in caps as well. Sales pop. Oh, that sounds so good. Victoria Fleming does sales. Just so you know.
Oops.
Anyone watching?
And make this not caps because it wasn't caps on the design.
Yeah.
It's the designer that done it.
Exactly.
Boom.
Boom. And there you go. A graphic to sell your webinar that pops.
Cool.
Awesome.
Victoria Pants, why did I never think of this?
Cool. If it's hard to read, okay, so if your brand color is quite a light color, or if this background is very bright, or it's just not quite working, then make sure to play with the transparency.
Yeah.
Don't have it full color. It doesn't look as good. Even if it's just 90%, it still looks better than full color. And if it's still not working, or there's something in the image there that's just not right, try moving the image about, try reflecting the image, flipping the image, or if in doubt, just get rid of the image or change the text about, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that is awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, download up here when you're done. What you can also do is share. So if you want to share it with us or someone else, and you can even make it editable, so you can share it with someone, they can go and edit it, you can check it back, and boom.
Yeah. Quick download rule there.
Yeah.
You see there's 2 kind of options there, JPEG and PNG. So it says next to the for web JPEG. So that is great for your website if you're putting it on your website specifically.
Yeah.
High quality PNG I would use for social media. So if I know social media is on the web, so that's a bit confusing. But things like Facebook, uploading to Facebook specifically often reduces the quality of your images. So if you can upload it in the highest quality, then Facebook takes care of making sure it's the right size and it's going to load for you. So yeah, high quality PNGs for social media. For your own website, go for the JPEG. If you can't be bothered downloading them both, just go for the JPEG. It's going to be good quality anyway.
Yeah, be fine.
Yeah.
Or yeah, even that. Yeah, it's not going to slow your website down too much unless it's a huge graphic. You can also get it to be a PDF or a PDF for print. So all good. You can even, if you have multiple pages, you can save just a certain set of pages.
Yeah. So Canva put designers out of jobs since 2011 or whatever.
Exactly.
But yeah, awesome. We love Canva.
Yeah.
So hope that has been helpful guys, let us know if you have any more questions on Canva. We'll leave that open just in case. All right.
Sorry, I could stop sharing.
Stop sharing. Just wanted to like show our faces again, didn't you? All right. What we wanted to quickly run you through was what we've been working on.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll start sharing our screen again, Pete, and you can start explaining. Yeah.
So we've been talking a lot about content and content marketing. And I think one of the real issues people are having at the moment is that there's this immense pressure to get as much content out there as possible, to really kind of do this content marketing thing. And a lot of people are struggling, A, with getting a lot out there, but also B, how to make it pop, right? Like sales pop. So you don't want to be putting content out there and having it fall on dead ears, having just no engagement. It's hard. It's a horrible feeling. You put all this time and effort into writing a blog, doing a podcast, creating a video, whatever it is, and nothing. You don't get anything from it. It's horrible. And we call that content crickets. Okay, so nobody wants content crickets. So the way to overcome that is this model, Content Mavericks model. Okay, so Mavericks is all about kind of breaking the rules a little bit, being unconformist. And that's what we need to do a little bit with our content, because it's content out there now is getting boring. It's getting dull. It's the same old, and there's too much of it. So our content needs to stand out. Our content needs to be a content maverick.
Yes.
So do you want to talk him through this 7-step kind of process that was
we literally just wanted to kind of introduce this model and maybe gather some kind of initial feedback, because we've just came up with this in the past kind of week. We were thinking, okay, what makes great content great, and what do small businesses need to be doing to create great content that gets shared? So we kind of wrote down on the board all the different things that you need to be kind of thinking of, and we broke it down into a 7-step process that you could really do in order. So maybe just to run through these one by one really quickly, and then there'll be a lot more content developed on this over time.
Honestly, just let us know what we want. Your feedback on this. We want to talk a lot more about this.
So you'll notice for content creation is right in the middle. So we believe that there's 3 things you need to do before you even start creating content, and then 3 things you need to be doing after you start creating content. So let's take them one by one. So I'll start. Number 1 is content mindset. So I think before you even start creating, just one more thing. Maybe as we're going through these as well, you could be thinking about where are the skills gaps here? Where do you need to kind of be focusing? So content, number 1, content mindset. So that is all about, why do you need to be creating content? What is the purpose here? What is kind of the reason you are going to be doing this, and how is this going to lead to more sales in your business?
Are you ready for it?
Who are you creating it for? What's your content mission statement? And getting fully kind of immersed in why content marketing is so powerful and understanding that.
I think you can only really get going with content once you have that baseline understanding of it to really go for it. You can half-ass this and it's not going to work for you, and you're just going to waste your time. Or you can really go for it and it's going to work tremendously well for you. We've seen a few people recently going for it and it's working really well for them. It's paying off. So that is like the content mindset, isn't it? Number 2 is content branding. If your content isn't saying a lot about you, then there's no point in doing it. Okay, so if you could take your blog and put someone else's logo on it and it would still sound like someone else's blog, then it's not good enough. So it needs to be recognizable, your content, without you there, without your logo on it. If people can tell, oh, that's an Andrew and Pete blog, or that's an Andrew and Pete video, then you have your content brand. Then you're onto something special, okay? And people are going to recognize that, and that's how you build up loyal advocates of you and your business who will buy and share everything that you do.
Yeah. So this is really about knowing your brand values, knowing what your brand's all about, knowing the lingo that you use, and knowing who your niche is and who your avatar is.
Yeah. There's a really, really cool company that sells shorts, like trendy shorts. And some of the lingo that they use is
Like
for pants, and they call them leg prisons. Leg prisons. I think that is fantastic.
That's genius. For both wearing leg prisons right now. Okay, number 3 is your content stamp. So this is finding a unique way to deliver the content that you do. So this is, again, this kind of links to the branding a lot. So it's looking at the branding. So for us, for example, one of our brand values is fun. So we needed to look when we started to create content, and we're kind of still looking now on how we kind of get these brand values out more. How do we align the content we're creating with our brand values in a way that puts our stamp on it? So we wanted our videos to be really fun, and we wanted to be known for making these fun marketing videos.
Yeah.
But you can do that across any kind of industry and any kind of brand values. It's just working out what that stamp is and how you can twist it to get noticed in a noisy content world.
Yeah, a great example of that is the Lean 15 guy, Joe Wicks. His content stamp, he basically started doing 15-second Instagram videos of recipes, and they would be really quick, over the top. Like, he would throw in some carrots into a pan, but he would be like standing like a good 2 meters away from the pan, and he would get it in, and it's like really, really, really quick edited. Throw in some carrots, throw in some peas, blah, 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 and there you go.
He would even have his own lingo. Thinking about it,
yeah.
He would call broccoli, midget trees.
Yeah, midget trees. Add in some midget trees, and you're done. Lean 15. Boom.
In with the Lucy bee.
In with the Lucy bee.
The
coconut oil. So he had his own lingo. He had his own content stamp. That was his content. You knew it was his.
Yeah. Okay. So once you know all of that, you're on to step 4, which is the content creation. So this is all about actually creating content in a more quality way. Yeah. So it's improving your writing style so people want to read your blog. It's improving your graphic design using hacks like Canva hacks that we've just been through. It's about creating content that people actually want to consume. And if that's blogs, it's all about the aesthetics of the blogs. If it's about video, it's all about the camera, it's all about the audio.
About
if
editing,
it's about the editing, if it's audio, it's all about the microphone that you're using, and creating high quality content, because subpar content isn't going to be a lasting strategy.
Exactly. So then next one is number 5, content organization. And this is about getting your together. So if you want to kind of make the most of content, you need to be organized with it. You need consistency. And this is about how to fit it in with your schedule so that it is regular and it is consistent, in that you don't drop in quality.
Yeah. So
this is about how to pull together content quickly. So it's about repurposing. It's also about kind of getting a content audit. So a lot of the time you will already have a lot of content that you're not using or that you could potentially repurpose. So it's about gathering that as well.
Yes. I've just noticed this slide.
And getting a schedule as well.
We just threw this slide together and it's not very well aligned.
Yeah. Yeah. We just wanted to show you guys.
We could have done with making this more aligned after talking about all that Canva stuff. All right.
Now you've pointed it out.
Didn't want to look like a fraud.
No. So
all right.
This isn't the end result design model.
This is literally a 2-minute job.
Yeah. So content organization, that is also about pulling together your content schedule. When is your content going to be put out there? But more importantly, when's it going to be made? Can you batch produce it all?
Yep.
That's what that's about.
Okay. So step 6, content promotion. So if you do steps 1 to 5 like amazingly well, but don't do step 6 at all, then 1 to 5 is kind of for nothing here. So this is like a really, really important step.
Yeah.
So this is, what is your strategy for actually promoting this content that you're going to be creating? How are you going to get eyeballs there? So that is everything that we've talked about on Atomic in the past. So that is about social media, that is about email marketing, that is about using SEO and advertising. It's also a lot about remarketing. It's a lot about collaboration. Collaboration and content is like a huge kind of subtopic under content promotion that every small business owner should be looking to do. If you want to kind of spread your audience and find other people and start sharing audiences.
Yeah, the biggest way to grow your audience is to collaborate.
Yeah,
people.
So that is what we have been doing more of, even in like a really cheeky kind of way. So we've started just putting people in our videos. Like and one a few weeks ago, we put Chris Marr in because he'd done something amazing, not in like kind of a underhanded way, but we thought, oh, that's really cool. We want to talk about that. So we talked about it and then sent the video to him, and then he went and shared it with all his audience.
Exactly. So we actually, like, instead of just saying, oh, we know someone that did this, let's actually point them out, raise them up, and say, you know, well done to that person. And every single time we do that, they share it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start doing that more.
Yeah. We even done one a few weeks earlier to that, didn't we? We'd done 5 great business marketing ideas, and we sent it to all the 5 business owners that were featured, which was nice.
so
yeah,
collaboration, even if you don't have permission.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then step 7, content lead generation.
Yeah. So that's all about. You've got all this content, you're pushing out there, but then how do you actually harvest that? How do you actually make the most of that? How do you actually gather leads, gather sales, and turn that audience into converting customers, paying customers, and people that will, you know, actually buy stuff from you?
Yeah.
So step 6 and 7 is, you know, the kind of the meaty kind of what everyone wants to know, but without step 1 to 5, you're not going to succeed. And I feel like that's where a lot of people completely fail and misunderstand and get disillusioned. Okay, so that's where we really, really want to help people understand and get to grips with. So we want to know what you think, guys.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, so
we think this is going to revolutionize businesses. We think this is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to up people's content game massively.
Yeah.
But we want to know what you think. Each one of these topics has so much within it to cover, and that's what we want to kind of focus a lot of our Atomic content to from here on in. And we want to know what you want to know. What are you struggling with here? What do you think is important? What if you, when we've been reading this out, have you thought, you know what? I'm not doing that. I think I should be. Andrew and Pete, how'd you do it? Let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of early days for this, but we are quite excited by it. We've got some huge plans for Atomic. So it's just watch this space. We're excited, but we really wanted to share it with somebody today.
Yeah.
We? Right.
What to tell people. Yeah. So we're gonna start screen sharing now.
Yes. Stop picking your nose. All right. Thanks for staying with us till the very end, you guys that are still watching, and you guys on the replay.
Yes, you are awesome.
That's been a fun one. I've enjoyed coming back after some living with that. It's been a meaty one.
Like, we've not been here for like weeks.
Yeah.
Whole month.
So just got some comments here. Got some comments already.
Woohoo!
Victoria, it would be great to see this turned into a process sheet with tick boxes type things. Yeah, I think that's a really cool idea. Still kind of working out what needs to go in each kind of section and what you actually need to be doing. But yeah, that's really cool.
We're thinking of maybe, you know, as a kind of framework for Atomic as well. Like start here.
These are all the masterclasses on this kind of part.
Yeah, these are all the masterclasses. Tick them off as you go kind of thing. I think that is going to be really good.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Barb really clarifies, always here, just get it out, but then you just have it out. I don't know if I read that right. I feel like I put the commas in the wrong places. Really clarifies, always here, just get it out, but then you just have to get it out. I think, you do just kind of have to get out and then work
work on improving that, I guess.
Yeah, but if you get those first 3 steps done first, then start creating content, you're going to be tweaking it less.
Yeah, you're going to be flying a lot quicker. So you're going to be wasting a lot of energy, not wasting a lot of energy, pushing out content that nobody really cares about.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about. Step 1 to 3, really.
Yeah. Victoria's just said if we did it like that, we could sell it as a one-off purchase course as well. Well, yeah, we've got some things up our sleeves as well for that as well. But yeah.
But anyway,
yeah, so
we're excited by that. So thank you for the feedback.
Yes, and thank you for coming to our first Q&A in a long time.
I know.
Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've got value. And this is probably going to be our last Google Hangouts because it is changing how it's quite irritating because it is merging with YouTube Live.
Yeah.
However, we went to try to set it up through YouTube Live and you can't do it through YouTube Live yet. So we're a little bit kind of blind to what they're going to look like in the future.
Yeah, but there'll be something similar.
Similar to this.
We'll work it out.
But yeah, so next Thursday we will be seeing you, but in what format is yet to be decided.
And next Thursday is
Jennifer Ballard
yes.
from Social Media Examiner. So we better get sorted for that.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Jennifer Ballard is the marketing manager for Social Media Examiner, one of the world's biggest blogs on social media marketing. Mm-hmm. And they also run the world's biggest social media marketing conference. And you might have heard us bang on about it, how awesome it is. So we've actually gone and got their marketing manager to come in and do a little Q&A and to speak to you guys. So if you want to know anything about what her role is, she does a lot of planning and strategy work. So if you want any advice on that kind of thing, please let us know and we'll give her an answer.
We are going to be sending over the questions that we're going to be asking her so she can have a little look through. So if you could get any questions you want to ask as soon as possible, please. We'll be emailing out on Monday. So it's a handy reminder. But yeah, that'll be awesome. One more comment that's just coming from Barb. It would be nice to have a frame to shoot in for feedback on each step, building on Victoria's flow sheet idea. I think that's a great idea as well.
For a little checklist,
kind of accountability. But yeah,
like where are you at on the Mavericks platform?
Yeah,
on the Mavericks
model.
Yeah, you want.
You get a prize when you graduate. Full on Maverick.
You are a Maverick.
Okay.
Can you believe as well? By the way, Andrew hasn't seen Top Gun.
No.
He's not seen Top Gun.
No.
It's like I keep on thinking of Top Gun, like Maverick.
I'm worried if that's an issue.
Like, what?
Is that not an issue?
Might be. I feel like we're gonna have to go watch it.
Yeah. And then I'll decide if it's an issue.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed that. Any more questions, please let us know. We're here to help.
Yes. All right. See you soon, guys. Bye.